Well, in the way that I just described, for one. And I found that coherence therapy blended so beautifully with a narratological approach because both approaches use text as a vehicle for meaning making and change making. So tools such as in coherence therapy, such as sentence completions and emotional truth statements and overt statements, I will turn those into even longer text-based, writing-based work with clients in and out of session, and then use dialogical exchanges like the one I just described, where I might be the client and they would be a troubling character who's in their lives. Sometimes this will happen, also I will give voice to the problem or the symptom, for a more old-fashioned word. The client will speak as that symptom is wishing to protect them in a moment so that they get more of an understanding of the purpose it serves and how it's not just like a crazy neurotic thing. And sometimes they will take on the role of someone who is in conflict with them in a relationship, and this enacting has an extremely powerful effect, much more so than in just talk therapy. It's like the difference between an intellectual knowing and an emotional experiencing. I also invite clients to speak and write their truths directly to those who need to hear them, even if that person in their lives is no longer alive. And what's interesting is that, and this is something Epstein and White were onto right from the beginning in narrative therapy, even when someone can't respond anymore, I will then ask the client, once they've written a letter, say, to a dead father, which is always incredibly emotional for them and opens up lots of things they wish they could have said. Without telling them in advance, I'm going to do this, the next assignment is for them to write back as that person would respond. And, they will all say, I don't know what they'd say. And I say, no, you don't know, but just imagine you knew them pretty well. And what comes out is always very poignant to the kind of relationship they had. And in fact, they can predict how the person would have responded. But often what comes up is surprising because it comes from a different knowing, a more heartful knowing. And so, those are the kinds of exercises that we are likely to engage in. And those sorts of interplays really require that the clinician be spontaneous and playful. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm not scripted. I don't know what's going to be said. But this shared creativity is actually really a harbinger of the kind of malleability they're going to need to be able to make and tolerate change in their lives. Mm-hmm. So, kind of to sum up, the creation of coherent narratives happens through the telling and reconstructing of one's story, ongoing forensic discovery work with the presenting problem always in mind, experiential dialogues, and out-of-session written meditations. And it's a very dimensional approach that allows participants to fully know and reclaim themselves.
Okay. Well, viewers, please visit Noppe-Brandon.com for more information about sessions or trainings in coherent narrative therapy and coaching. Thank you, Gail.